Hi creators, it's Claire from Stringworth and it is competition update time. Now, before I tell you how I went in the competition, let me give you a look at what the competition was. So I have some footage from the display of all the different branches from the CWA in the Central Western Group that entered the Handicraft competition and a bit of a look at some of their items. So take a look at the footage of the entries and see if you can keep an eye out for mine. Did you spot them? Let's recap. So I went in with 5 items to a competition, and anything that is successfully selected for the next level of competition is taken away at the competition. So what did I come home with? So I came home with the mini runner, the Aunt Eliza's stars, and I know this and the other runner really weren't competition standard, but it's about having entries from our branch. So we came home with the mini runner and with the larger runner, the original Rosalia from So Spicious, and one of the comments was it has a mark on, and that's because this gets used. Again, I hadn't kept this aside for competition. I'd hoped we had more items, but we entered those instead. Disappointingly, I came home with the strand. The comments from the judge, I don't think they really captured in judging that the side of the building is intended to be a vanishing point. I don't think that maybe was obvious enough. So there was a bit of a commentary around how these stitches went in a different direction, which was the design. So that didn't translate into judging. The other comment was that some of the stitches weren't crossed in the same way. There's a lot of stitches here, and I admit I'm not perfect. And that some of the stitches looked a little bit dirty. That was actually in the strands. It's not actually dirty, it was actually, there was a slight variation in the colour of the strands, something that I can work on and pick up next time. I'm pretty sure all 3 of these items scored 79 out of 100, which is a pretty good score still, but the really good items, they're up there like 95. So work to do. That's totally fine. As I said, the first 2 quilts, the runners, weren't really competition standard anyway. Disappointed in the strand. So what about the other 2 items? So if you remember, I went with the shawl within the aqua, silver and white with the dark grey edge. That was selected for state. Apparently it rings around its competitors' real next level standard. And of course the goldwork brooch. There wasn't really much said about that, just excellent work, and sometimes that's because there's nothing to be said. Neither of those score points because they're in a kind of a different section of the competition to the point scorers, but you will have to stay tuned for the next competition video where we go to state level. Competition will be held in Coffs Harbour in May, so don't expect an update before then, but we will see how we go. I'm so proud of both of those pieces, so I'm really hopeful that they do well, but we will have to wait until May to find out. Hope to see you then.